Hey, folks, Quill18 here, and welcome to our Monday live stream. Sorry about a minute late there. Just taking care of a little something before I had to start the stream. And we're ready to go. We're playing some more Going Medieval. We had a little poll over on the Discord. This is why it's important to be on the Discord. If you are a Twitch subscriber, YouTube member, or Patreon supporter, you can join the Discord, and we did a little polls. Because I was curious if people wanted some more Slay the Spire challenges, because I'm still loving Slay the Spire 2. I think it's a marvelous, marvelous game, even so early in early access. But I thought, maybe people would prefer more Going Medieval, and it was overwhelming in favor of Going Medieval. We're going to keep doing that. I also still want to do some Timberborn at some point, but I thought, no, we should stick to this and reach a sense of completeness. So I don't know how many streams we're going to be streaming this, but I think it's going to be a few. Gonna have to dock you for that minute late. I know. I was doing some typing in the background. Let's load the game and try to remember where we are. Now, we do have Twitch integration, so people can go and queue up to be named in the game. I do have the appear as animal thing still turned off because that was leading to some bugs, so we're gonna have to leave that off for now as well. The problem was the animals that were coming in from the Twitch generation thing. Like, what was the command? Was it appear whatever, which I've disabled? Yeah, the animals that were generated from the appear command were semi-glitched in that they couldn't be roped. They couldn't be led to an animal pen. So that was inconsistent. So that got turned off. The exclamation mark name is there, and that is how we're going to name in game. Sorry to people on YouTube that is only something on Twitch, but Twitch has great API support for games and things like that. That the YubTubs is still highly lacking in a lot of different ways. Well, we have a lot of critters outside. I'm wondering if we should be moving our carcass storage into our freezer. Well, freezer for different values. Maybe we should expand it. So, if you did miss it on Saturday, Going Medieval is a village or colony management game, town building kind of game. It has a lot of similarities with, say, RimWorld in terms of the job management, right? That should look very familiar to anyone who's played RimWorld. A few of the other UI elements are clearly inspired by that, but then differ in other ways. And I like this, right? We need a world that's got Dwarf Fortress, that's got RimWorld, that's got this, that's got The Last Starship, that's got all these things. And it's perfectly fine if they look for working game mechanics and user interface mechanics. But here we've got Z levels. So, we've got, it's RimWorld meets Dwarf Fortress meets other things in this medieval setting, which is just gorgeous. Saw the notification on YouTube came here for Twitch integration. Yeah, there you go. I mean, you can always, if you prefer to watch on YouTube, you can always watch on YouTube. Just go into Twitch, do your exclamation mark name to get into the queue, and that will be that. We've got 4 people in here. We've got our 3 starters. We're Jiraiya Sin, who is, should go over to, which one's the skill one? Is it percentage? No, that's attribute. Skills over here. Really enjoys intellectual stuff. It's actually the only thing they have passion for. So hopefully they'll spend a lot of time researching. But they're also really good at botany. They're actually pretty good at art too, not that we're doing that, but the planting's also important. So they're definitely going to town there. I don't think we can adjust the jobs here, right? I mean, you can't in RimWorld either, so fair, but next we've got Jagella. Jagella is an eager marksman, as well as with speechcraft. They hadn't quite developed it that much. They're only the 7, but they're quite good at shooting. And I think they are actively doing a little bit of hunting right now. We are nearing the end of summer. I think each season had, 12 days. This is literally the last day of summer. So we're, getting a little bit of hunting, and we're going to try to get some extra food preserves going on. Master Tem over here. Interesting, the ordering. Because I think Jiraiya and Jagella and Morcor were our 3 starting people. Master Tem joined us later. I don't know what the sorting priority is over here. But Master Tem joined us. They also like intellectual stuff. They're also passionate about tailoring. And you can see here they're working on cooking, because the cooking is actually their best skill. They don't have a particular passion for it, but they've got some modifiers. They've got whole. I don't know if that means like, I don't think it's one of their traits. Because gourmet is one of their traits. Whole, is it just because they're healthy, so they have +5? Minimum skill level, whole, +5. Oh, that might be half behind my head. Sorry about that. And then I think their background or backstory is the pudding of cockshut competent, which gives them +3. And then, yeah, the gourmet or gourmet trait is giving them some bonus there. And yeah, Morcor was one of our originals. Oh, she's descending down into the basement. Yeah, we're going to have to expand this, I think. Really passionate about art. Hopefully we can get her to do that. Also love smithing, which we're not set up for, and can fight. And finally we got Stealth over here. I believe Stealth was the latest person to join us. And they have quite a few different passions, which is nice to see. You got like 2 monks? Oh, a couple of people do look like... I mean, they'll sort of look a little bit monkish, I think, is part of it. Oh, some people are having some streaming, or... Are they having some lag issues over on Twitch? No drop frames over here, so at least that part of it, things is going okay. Anyway, yeah, I think I might go and expand the basement, and I'm wondering if we do go ahead and try to get 1 extra level down here. We got a little careful because there's some water here that we don't want to breach. But what if we do a little, because we've got a ladder down first, which was a lot easier to dig from the surface. But let's say we want to build a staircase now. And maybe align it with this and go down another level, or maybe even 2. Because presumably it's going to be colder down there. So we need 3 tiles of space. Is that going to breach the surface? No, okay. Because yeah, we did go down 2 levels on the stairs, or on the ladder. So we're going to do 3 tiles of space there, and then I think we're going to need 3 tiles there, because we need headroom and then that. So you can come down the ladder, you'll hit this little initial area, but then we'll do a staircase that goes down at least 1 other level, if not 2. Because what's the temperature here? 5 degrees is pretty good, actually. Well, we'll do another. If nothing else, this will prevent us from having to have this space be that big. We'll probably, I don't know, maybe we'll expand sort of a hallway, and then we'll have a bunch of like 5x5 areas, so we won't have to worry too much about cave-ins. Is an idea? I don't know. Breaching water underground signs door fortress thing. Yeah. Like I'm worried. I don't know how the water physics work in this game, but that might be an issue. You have 2 Astrid cats? Oh, we might. Yeah, a couple of Astrids over there. I think, yeah, those cat. I think these are newborn cats and then get renamed. Here, we'll rename one of the Astrids to Theodore. There we are. So yeah, we'll dig that out. Store more food. Got the butcher's table. We've got our little smokehouse over here for preserving some meats. And yeah, the research. Now, we do have some research available. So for those who weren't here, the way research works in this game, your people work at the research tables making these various books of different classes. Chronicle is the lowest tier, handbook, and then thesis is the top tier, I think. And then different unlocking text requires consuming a certain amount of those. Well, consuming. They still exist. They just get allocated at that point. So we could do fermenting. But from vinegar to alcohol and cheese production, I don't know. We might have milk. I mean, we've got cows, we've got sheep, or goats. We keep selling one. I think we keep the goats and have been getting rid of the sheeps. The shoops. And then, oh yeah, there's the barrel here for water barrels, which might be a fire protection. But I'm wondering if we might want something else. Infirmary bed is kind of tempting. Research 2 is presumably we need for the 2nd tier of stuff, which we might not need to rush towards. Stone blocks. It would be nice maybe if we're going to get around to building our actual wall around the place. Maybe we want to make those out of stone. Defensive structure. Cartography will let us interact with the map, which is good. Smelting, wooden weaponry. I don't know what we prioritize. I think the tailoring is very important. We do have a tailoring bench over here. And I think the food preservation was good. And one of the texts we got gave us these bookshelves, which is lovely. But yeah, after that, I'm not entirely sure. You know what I'm realizing? I'm hoping they dug this in the right order. I think they did. I think they did dig the top surface first, and now they're digging down, which is good. I don't think we need to train the cats for vermin control. We do have to go and, like, kick them on, I suppose. I don't think there's a training step. So that's a good point. Balrog mod. Oh, for when we dig deeply and greedily? Yep. How's your mining skill, Morcor? Oh, it's pretty bad. I don't think we've got anyone who actually has... Well, Stealth actually has passion for it. Maybe I should go... I'll leave these on in case they're otherwise idle. But yeah, let's do this. And the problem is Stealth is busy doing... might be busy doing lots of things. Although right now he's just praying. But yeah, if we can get him to do the mining for us. In fact, maybe I should be like, listen, if there's any mining to be done, do it immediately. We might change that if we're doing like mass amounts of mining. We might want other priorities to go. But right here, this is a quick little job that you can finish immediately. Who the hell are these people? Oh, merchants and things. Oh, cool. Okay. I'm realizing I also want to go and plan what our little area will be. So the idea is going to be little 5x5 storages. Off like that and like that. So stairway go down there into like this. What it takes to make a library? I mean, we have a library, don't we? I'm hoping this counts as being... Currently, it's a spare room. That is actually interesting. Is there a library type room? Yeah, library and then fellows library, which is, I guess, the increased one. So we have at least one basic research table. We have at least 2 wall bookshelves. Oh, we need a scholar's lectern. Which is library structures 1. Oh, which is down here. Okay, so if we do want to make a proper library room, we need to research 2, which is then give us the ability to also make the handbooks. And I do hate that in this tooltip, it doesn't tell you what this book is called. It just says not enough books. It doesn't tell you the type of books. There's a few of the tooltips in here that really could use extra information. It's not a gameplay change. Just put more stuff in your tooltips, baby. It's going to be much nicer. So maybe, honestly, maybe the priority is here. Maybe the sooner we do this, the quicker we can accelerate more and more and more research. I don't know. But yeah, it looks like the lectern is the limiting factor. Otherwise, this would actually count as a library. So merchants, who's the actual vendor? Must be this one over here. Yeah, okay. And Jiraiya, were you the best at speechcraft? You currently are at a 19, I think. So Jiraiya, I'm gonna need you to come and talk to Devil Reaper, and let's see what they've got for sale. I need some fizzy water. Any trouble on your travels? We'll learn about a new point of interest. But we can't actually do it yet because we don't actually have cartography, so we can't go onto the map. Give him another chat. All right, show me what you got. So, right. So if I sort here, this is showing me what they have for sale. Because I kept getting confused about which side. Yeah, acquire this way. So this is what they've got: decorative stone, decorative tile stone, flammable oil, tallow, clay ones, leathers, apples, eels, barley, more seeds. We could buy some of the Chronicle books. Rural compote. And then we could buy some ready-made traps, chickens, clothing. Purchase sturdy cartography table. I think I'm not going to buy any of those. I don't think I'm going to buy the Chronicles directly. I don't know if we're going to get anything. We might invest in more seeds. Oh, mechanical parts are always worth buying. Are mechanical parts the components of going medieval? All right, if we were to go and be like, okay, sell me all of those. Now we need to make up $103 worth of stuff, which I'm wondering if what we want to do is the thing we've done before, which is mostly looking at animals to sell. At this point, we do have a lot of cats. Maybe we could sell some of our cats. I know some people are going to be like, how dare? But that's a lot of cats. Yes, they are. Yeah, always buy mechanical components. Okay, that's good to know. So for example, let's keep Christian Blue and Jean C as a breeding pair, and then perhaps unload a bunch of other cats. And then we'll unload, okay, the ass here because we only have one. And then there we go. Let's do this. What we're doing is we're cat bombing other places. They're gonna get these cats, they'll be happy, and then they're getting a cat explosion over there. So let's do that. Yeah, that seems fine to me. I don't think we're hurting for food. Although I say that, watch us all starve to death during the winter. But sell some of the carcasses, that's also probably pretty strong. Oh, shoot! I did do this in a bad order. Okay, let's just put a ladder here for now. And then later we can tear out the ladder and build a staircase here. Or we could just leave the ladder. I mean, it's more space efficient, but it is slow. Bad Cat gifting a gift to this community. Thank you very much. There you go. Now that's done, now we can go back to digging. Animals can't use ladders when using them for haul. Ah, that's good to know. Okay. So hauling animals can't help with hauling things down to here. Very legit. Okay, so my idea here is, I canceled that dig command. So that way Stealth will dig this out and then consider this to be done. And then we'll leave. And then I'm going to deconstruct this ladder, and hopefully people will stand up here to do it. Otherwise, Quill will be very frustrated. You stood up there and then got teleported down below. Well, that's very stupid. If I'd seen him move down here to deconstruct, I would have stopped. Huh. All right, well, someone else is going to have to come and hopefully save you. Can't be placed there. Is it because... Oh, no, I think because we do actually have to dig out one more tile, I'm realizing now. Yeah, I bet you we need... It's 3 tiles long for the staircase, but it probably needs a standing spot. Or it's because dry is in the way. All right, well, then tell you what we'll do. We'll do this. We have more than one person on construction, I think. Yeah, so Stealth, who's getting resources probably for the construction. All right. What are commands for this game? Exclamation mark name, I think, gets you in the naming game queue. I don't know if there's anything else. Settlers are suffering from cold. That may have been Drya, who was stuck down here. Yeah, little character animations in this game are pretty good. And the game does look nice on normal speed. But, you know, I'm trying to get some stuff done. So I'm going to run it mostly on faster speed, especially right now while we're not looking at anything interesting. Oh, Jiraiya and Master Tem have become friends. Oh, that's good. Wonder how long that'll last. People get pregnant in this game? Okay, so now if I try this again... Oh, everyone's sleeping. Okay. No human pregnancy? Really? Okay. I really just expected it, because it has that vibe of realism. So I just sort of expected, but maybe they don't have kids. Maybe everyone's an adult all the time. That's the thing. It's like pregnancy is not that hard to implement in the game, but the growing up aspect would certainly be a whole thing. That makes sense. Cygnus says, how could they quill? Women didn't exist in the past. Oh. Okay. Did humans sprung, like, fully formed out of the ground? Guess that's how it worked. I don't know enough about biology to like, you know, question this. Oh, I probably can't build a staircase because of this thing either. That's probably part of the issue. Yeah, so I really needed to go and dig out everything on the top part first, because I think that's going to block the staircase. Oh, you know what I could do? Destroy this ladder. Then what we'll do is we'll build floor, so that someone can reach this and dig it out. Then we'll tear out the floor, one tile at a time, to do it in the right order, and then try to put down the staircase. There you go. That's gone. And I'm sure I'm using more material than I have to, but... Oop, nope, nope. Ah! Show me what I want to... What the... Am I still in some sort of weird build mode? Why can't I... Okay. I couldn't select the construction in progress, but I was able to use the cancel command to do it. And yeah, it makes sense that this one is redded out. You can't reach that one. Fair enough. But in theory, I should see someone build this, then this turn to blue, someone build that, and then hopefully someone will dig this. This should be not orange. Not enough allowed resources, but cancel and rebuild this. I mean, it could be that I'm literally out of wood. Oh, we might literally just be out of wood. Okay. No. Why can't we build this piece of floor? Someone should be able to stand on this and work on this. No one knows. So maybe if I change the anchor point. Yeah, I mean, it says lots of things. It says building can't be reached, which makes no sense at all to me. It can clearly be reached. The thing underneath? It shouldn't be. Why? If that was the thing under it, that would obviously be a stupid... Oh! Now all of a sudden we can. I'm thinking it might have recalculated pathing all of a sudden. Because there's no reason that digging this spot out should suddenly make this spot accessible. Except it clearly did. So I think what went on there is the sort of navigation mesh, the pathfinding mesh, didn't get updated when this piece of floor got built for some reason. Digging out another random tile caused, what I'm assuming, probably caused the pathfinding system to resync itself. Okay, now... No, I don't want to select the dirt pile. I want to select the floor underneath it. Crash that. Good. All that. In case it caused an issue. Oh, it selected... Something happened there with the dirt pile. Okay, now trash this. Now I'm hoping these dirt piles don't get in the way of the staircases. That would be annoying. Okay. So now let's try this again. There we go. Cold. I'm assuming they're cold from digging down here. Although it is autumn properly now. Now, we're making the summer clothes. We're trying to keep one item that around, and we've got a job to make 4 units of winter clothes. There you go. Staircase go. Done. And now digging down here is starting up again. Okay, great. All right, it took a little bit of trial and error, mostly weird errors, but we now have the staircase going down to this bottommost level. And what we'll maybe do, because there was always a talk, is we might go and expand this area out here and replace these ladders with the staircase. But the ladder was just easier to get started with, so that's going to be okay. All right. Oh, we clearly do need more food storage underneath because things are rotting in here right now. So that is the plan. I guess the other thing I'm going to do... Well, I kind of like the way this looks. Even if people can walk through these shelves, I am going to wait until these other bits are dug in for the food. I'll feel better. Still waiting for more research. Autumn blustered in with crisp mornings and cooler days. It was the season to prepare for winter, tailoring warm clothing and stocking up on food and supplies. Man, I love autumn. Other than the fact that it means winter is coming and that sucks, it is my favorite season. You want to have finished walls for your cellar? Oh yeah? How come? So you're saying just having the bare stone is no good. I should what? Dig out all of this and then put proper walls in? What is the reason? What's the advantage? Is it just for support? Is it for something else? Like maybe what I should do for the plan over here is maybe right away I should dig out these bits here and replace them with proper walls. So yeah, give me a reason why I want walls in my cellar. Because I need to know why. Finished walls protect against vermin, flooding, and they also get colder. Oh. Is this explained anywhere? Like the concept of a cellar? Or food storage? How is one supposed to know that in game? Because I would like to know the mechanics. Not that I doubt you. Although sometimes it does come up, because sometimes people get, like, old bad information sort of programmed in their heads. Like, we get that all the time with Dwarf Fortress, right? Is, oh, don't you want workshops and separate floors from bedrooms because the workshops are noisy? They're not noisy. Construction can be noisy, but the actual operating is easy. Or, oh, you need lights in RimWorld where there's going to be combat because there's a combat penalty in the dark. There's no combat penalty in the dark. So I'd love to know how we know this information. Or is it literally just people have figured it out and it's not actually conveyed? An alien traveler shuffled halting in Brussels. Given time to recuperate, he claimed he could work, but in that moment they looked pretty rough. Would Cedric be, we'll say yes to another person. Although with winter coming, I'm a little bit more concerned. But let's welcome one more person in here. Well, cunning monk, art, botany, intellectual. They have passion for botany and bartering. Yeah, sure. Let's do it. It's Charlie Cheyenne! All right. What are your traits there, Charlie? Cold hardy. Ooh, nice. Impervious to the cold. Fleet-footed. Faster is great. Green thumb, so you like botany. And Wicca. Attuned to the natural world. Listens closely to feral whispers of plants and animals. Animal handling goes up. Increased chance to tame animals as well. Well, that's interesting. So you don't have passion for animal handling. But no one else does. I'm going to go and put it up. If we're going to do any animal handling, it's going to be on you. And you're not bad at research, so yeah, we can leave it in there. You don't have passion, but I mean, we'd probably leave that on. Maybe after training and hauling is okay. All right, it's going to be good. I think someone will come and rescue you. And we don't actually have a hospital bed. In fact, now we have a shortage of beds, but we can just make some more. Make a pair. And can't we make a bed into a medical bed? Wasn't that a thing, or maybe not? I thought there was a thing we did once for that. But maybe it was just we got a spare bed and then someone was dragged there. But yeah, this will be one extra bed, but that's fine. I want the symmetry. So what I'll do then is I will dig out... I'm worried about doing this in bits. Like, let's say I want a 5x5 interior space. Well, maybe I could afford to do it bigger with the things. Because I could dig out this. I could leave some middle parts in here as a bit of a support pillar. Right, let's say I leave this for now. We'll dig it out later. Build a wall here, leave a door, and then build walls in these places? I don't suppose you can put a wall on a dig spot and just have it work, huh? No, it wants to stack. flooring is also good for cellars. Okay, cool. So on this floor here, we'll do it sort of right. We've got, you know, we had the little sort of temporary maybe over here. And we'll do it a little bit more formalized over here. What is the collapse size for the underground stuff? I don't remember if that's in the almanac either. Maybe I should just make this bigger from the start. Yeah, this might not be... Yeah, that's not big enough this way. You're absolutely right. We need another one there if we want a 5x5 internal space. 8x8? So I could dig out an 8x8 space and then wall it, which would give me a 6x6 space. Or I could do this little piecemeal thing. Dig out an actual, I guess, 10x10 area with leaving a few pillars inside. Build the walls, which will leave me with an 8x8 internal space. Yeah, normal range is 4 blocks, but I don't, because of what like diagonals and how it counts that way, like how big does that actually do? Oh, we should get some lights down here too. Assuming I'm gonna do a door in like there, so I'm gonna assume a torch here. Which I think the torches were in this category. Yeah, torch, wall, there. Okay. I want a torch in this hallway too. Oh, not on that side, because that wall is gonna get torn down eventually. This strikes me as really... There you go. It still strikes me as a little bit odd that when you cancel something, it doesn't insta-vanish. It takes like a second to do it. Like, if it, almost feeling like it's an MMO and it's got to wait for the server response. Except, it's clearly not that situation, so I'm a little confuzzed over there. Oh, the torch will just warm it up. It's so dark! How will people see? How do they see? That's a good point that it might warm it up. I don't know. We'll cancel it for now. But you see, like see the torch over here, right? Which hasn't been built yet or anything. There you go. It takes a beat before it goes away. Mining by vibe, yeah. I don't know. Maybe all of our people eat their carrots really good. So they've got good night vision. That's not how that works. That was all a myth. But you know, let's pretend. We do grow carrots. Mm-hmm. So that's a big project right now. Yeah, Charlie's Dragon. How bad are you here? How's your health? Right here. Healing convalescent. Okay, so you have no actual health problem. You're just low on hit points. You didn't come in with a concussion or anything. So once your health is, or once your hit points are back, you'll be fine. That's good to see. Yeah, can people carry a lamp with them? I mean, maybe we can pretend that conceptually that's what's happening. People have a lamp or a torch in their hands, and that's why they can sort of see what they're doing down here. Yeah, radar? What is radar? We just eat a lot of carrots. Exactly. Looking forward to when we get, like, the Great Hall, and then we specialize people in different professions. These are sticks? Yeah, we have tons of sticks. We don't have hay. Oh, the phone's ringing. But it's not my dad, so I'm not going to answer. We do have some more tall grass. So we'll harvest some tall grass. I don't know if there's an easier, better way to find that. Can we plant hay? I didn't think so. Herbs. Do some of these, like when you grow barley, for example, or some other grain, can you get hay as a side effect? 'Cause that's usually how it works, right? You're collecting the heads, like the seed part. Barley gives hay as a byproduct. There you go. Yeah, which makes a lot of sense. And maybe I should have grown a bunch of hay or a bunch of barley earlier. I don't think I'm going to start it now. I feel like it's a little late in the season. So, you know what? If we have to slaughter all the animals to feed ourselves through the winter, that happens. Or, like, not necessarily to feed ourselves through the winter, but because we can't feed them. Animals are hungry, see? Yeah, it's happening already. Prepare yourself for the great call. Can people cross rivers? Or do we need to build a bridge? Even if they can cross a river, I don't know if we want them to. Yes. Yes, they can cross rivers. Is that it? Okay, who's our tailor? Oops, that's not what I meant to do. So I'm going to complain again. I hate that these columns aren't sortable. It's absolutely bonkers to me that these columns aren't sortable. There really should be, you know, like, there should just be a modifier on here where holding shift is, like, changes between increasing, decreasing, and sorting, not sorting. So, I mean, Master Tem is definitely the top tailor. And other than convalescing, well, I guess cooking's slightly higher priority. Do I want to drop your cooking? We might have to. And what I might do is then drop these. Such that you tailor first if you can, and then if you can't, do some cooking. And then jog over here. If you're not doing jailing and hunting, you are cooking. So we still have someone who's going to be very focused on cooking. But the hope is that Master Tem, when they're not praying over here, is going to work on those winter clothes. I don't know how long it takes to grow, so plant the apple sapling. Oh, that's true. I suppose we could plant those now. We could build an orchard. Where do we want the orchard? Is the water accumulating here? Is it swampy? Or lower lying? Can we get surface flooding? I don't know, I'll do the orchard over here. Maybe. I guess the puddles are showing up everywhere. I guess it's just a visual as the puddles. Oh, wet 98%. It definitely is accumulating wetness. And I know that's one of the things with, like, the roofs. Like, you can make the one kind of roof that does allow water to go through, if you want it for any reason. Including draining rooms. The rooms aren't currently wet, so that's good. Huh. Penna says, I love this game so far, about 100 hours, but yeah, I need some quality of life tweaks and weird issues passing, selecting objects. Yeah. So, birch trees, field maple, oak, Scots pine, apple tree. So, let's go. Like some field there. I don't know how many apples we got, but we'll do as many we can. Harvest phase, don't harvest, ripening field, no, wait for fully ripe, but it's not going to matter. Cutting phase, right. If fruitless, so presumably this would be, if this tree can't grow any fruit for some reason, then it's eligible for being cut, which theoretically we won't be ever cutting apple trees down. Is that, that's how I'm reading it. I don't know if it's supposed to be, but that's how I'm reading it. Master Tem, you are working, well, you're still doing summer clothes. You know what I'm going to do then? I'm going to bring this down. These people are still grabbing summer clothes. Yeah, then we have the dismantle bad, which might be part of it that's happening too. If they're not making good summer clothes, I might be doing that. Let me, can I just suspend? Yeah, there we go. I'm going to pause the dismantle. Hey, signups! There'll be a point where the apple trees will not produce. That's what I'm sort of hoping is, yeah, at some point, the tree will flag itself as, I will make no more apples, in which case we'll cut it down. I'm hoping for exactly that kind of automation. So if you're telling me that's how it works, beautiful. All right, how's the basement? It's still taking a while. Maybe because it's too dark. Dress for the season you want, not the season you have. Kid adaptation. People are able to swim. I think they need a ramp to get in and out of water. Oh. You think they can swim, but might still need help to get in and out. I'm still just wondering about building a little bridge over here. That's pretty wide. As I said, I'm not sure that a single floor thing would work, because it would be more than 4 tiles away from the edge. So I guess we're going to have to drop support pillars? Or I wonder if there's like a bridge tech we can get later that makes things easier. Yeah. And I guess you can build from above, so you could sink beams from the surface. Like in theory, again, I don't know if I want to be building right now because we've got other priorities. But in theory, I could go like 1, 2, 3, 4, I guess. Then from there, drop a pillar and then continue to floor. I think that might work. I mean, depending on how deep the water is. Looks like it's only 1 Z level, though. So it's not the priority, but it'll probably be something we do. Mostly because bridges are cool. But not as cool as the basement. Actually, I'm thinking about starting to put shells down here immediately. Well, then maybe what I'll do is I'll go and issue the command to build part of this wall. As soon as this comes in, we'll start putting shells in this corner. Beams can go up to 10. Like 10 wide? Or are you talking about like 10 tall beams? There you go, Master Tem doing some tailoring. Winter clothes is starting to happen. Good. I'll probably have to increase the number because I think the total was set, you know, necessarily accurate for the number of people we've got. Okay, so those are down. So I'm going to go, I think it was, is it in, oh, it is in here. I thought it was under miscellaneous, but put those down. We'll do some flooring and stuff afterwards. But we know that very recently there was still some stuff rotting on the surface, so we've got to get it downstairs, period. 10 spaces wall to wall. Okay, so beams offer tremendous amounts of support. Oh, sheep just arrived. Oh, that's nice. Sleeping time? It's sleeping time. I did do a lookup, and I did find one reference. I can't remember what the number was, but it was something like you need like 1,300 chronicles to get all the tech and X number of this and X number of that. Does take a lot. I have this do until you have 45, because nothing... I think we found that nothing costs more than 45. We'll still need more than 45 in the long run, but at a time, we could always just stop some of those efforts. A little bit of food, back down to the basement. Master Tem going back to making food or clothing. And then we'll start to auto-equip it. I can't remember what season we have set in our outfit. There we go. There's our sheep has been brought in here. The one that randomly joined. There we go. Get some clothing. Oh, we have a bunch of winter clothing on the ground. Yeah, so they must not have hit the time for it yet. Clothing only. So that's the summer. So, okay, up until autumn the 7th, they're still in summer clothes. So in 3 more days, they'll auto-switch. Which, I mean, I could force it to happen earlier, but let's leave it as is. What are they complaining about? Oh, there we go. One thing to be cautious with beams is that you may have cross beams, but then forget to take into account the cross direction and end up with the collapse later on. Let her go by the tailor. Oh, maybe. Save a little bit of moving space. Yeah, we might do a little bit of optimization. Do we get other types of shells? Because these shells are only for food. Or can I set it? Yeah, well, also leather. Oh, I guess I could do a... I see. I could set a very high priority shelf by the tailor for leather. I didn't realize leather being stored down there. It makes sense that leather should be something that's kind of rottable. There you go. Can I set the... No. I can't set what can go in here until it's built. Oh, right. Charlie's gear is forced from entering the map. And there's no way that we can tell to clear the forest. Maybe there used to be a UI button here. It really should just be like click or something. So Charlie, I gotta load you up. Then I gotta go to here. And again, even here, I don't think there's a way for me to clear the forest. So I have to tell Charlie to take their clothes off. And then theoretically, they'll go and re-equip some clothes soon. want to just sit here and complain about the UI. But that is weird. 5 years of early access. But it sounds like, based on what some people are saying, is that there may have been a more recent change to that user interface, and there used to be a thing for it. Okay, so we're going to clear all. I'll go high, not very high. And then, yeah, material, textiles, yeah. So there you go. So we're going to prioritize keeping those right over here. Which, because this isn't refrigerated, and if that does affect the rotting speed of leather, you know, might still put some pressure, but theoretically this will get used first, so, and it'll save a lot of walking time, so hopefully it's okay. Let's take a look at the leather here. Decomposes in never. It is a little annoying that I can't get the normal, like, tooltip. Like, over here, if I click on an item, I can see the decompose and rot, and I can track it. And as to why this is happening. Here, in the mouse over, I can see that they're grayed out and it's not rotting. But if it was, or if it was decomposing, I couldn't, like, mouse over and get more information. Because I can't access it directly. There's a checkbox in the clothing profile that forces them to change. What, in this part? Ah, force unequip. I guess? We'll try that next time we get a joiner. But I'm worried if I were to do it, then it would force Morcor to unequip her armor, which I don't necessarily want. Like, I don't want to necessarily set it as a universal rule. Sometimes I might want to set it as a universal rule, but that is not the case here. I want to be able to selectively tell a person to no longer be forced to wear a thingy they were forced to wear. Do we need to change? This is low priority. Is this stockpile like a different priority here? These are both low priority. Okay, so the problem is the shelf priority is... I think it's just wrong. I need to tell the shelves to be, say, medium. So that they're higher priority than the ground stockpiles. I really think the shelves should default to slightly higher priority. They do in RimWorld. Right? RimWorld ground stockpiles get, like, normal priority. Shelves start with a higher priority. Oh, the bards again. Hanulda appears sheepish. Can I come inside? There are bards I want to avoid. Oh, this again completely. We don't need another spoony bard, especially one with no real good skills. I'm going to say no this time. Winter is coming. Yes, everyone's going to be disappointed that we turn people down. Tough patooties. There you go. Now things are being moved down here. Why would this not default to a higher thing? So everything that got stored down here only got stored down here because our primary stockpile was full. That's not good. I mean, I know to keep an eye out now, although it's still going to be really easy to forget. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So if I dig out one more row and put the wall here, I'll have 6 space this way, and theoretically we're safe from collapse. Turn off primary stockpile things I'm storing elsewhere. I mean, that's a way. That still means, like, micromanagement. And I think I still prioritize. I still like the idea of having the generic stockpile accept everything, but at a lower priority, so that it's still there as kind of a bit of an overflow. All right, so it's quite clear. We do need. Oh, that's for the prison room, right? Wait, was it under furniture? Oh, it is. Test. I wonder if you might make it so that you can't do this construction. Rather than fix it and prevent it from being an issue in the first place, I'm going to leave this be and see if this gets stuck, at the risk of deconstructing some things. Oh yeah, we are really low on wood now. Well, that's okay. We have a solution for that. Kill all the trees. And I could make this really long, especially with the support beam. So what we do, if it goes 10 10 tiles. It's 10 tiles in width, presumably. Like, so kind of like a 5 or 6 tile radius from the center. Like, if I put a support beam here that was going sort of sideways down the middle of this space, would that be the thing to do? Make sure you don't create a straw stockpile set to higher priority than the animal troughs. Oh, yes. That's a good point, too. Well, what we could do, just to prevent that from being an issue in the first place, is the fodder stockpile. Oh, yeah, it's already set to very high, which may have been default, or we may have set it. Take clothes and other non-rottables off the underground shelves. Wait. And the clothing isn't in here. It can only do food, or leather, or seeds, or medicine. You can't do other storing. In fact, shelves literally cannot store anything except those items. Hopefully we get different types of shelves later. So our regular stockpile isn't just lying on the floor. And yeah, we'll do some flooring here later. It's true that we need... Now, what do I do with all these sticks? We have a billion sticks. I guess I could do more construction that uses sticks. Can we use it... Like, when we fuel the campfire... Are we fueling it with wood? Only use sticks for fuel. Oh, animal feed doesn't even need fuel. Okay, so for the meals right now, we're going to only use sticks. It'd be nice to set a priority system or something like that, but there you go. Stop using wood for the campfire, because we've got more important things to do with it. Okay, I don't want to dig out more yet, just until I get all the walls up. Although, yeah, I will do the thing where I go and say that. Yeah, I'm quite curious to see if this corner piece will be impossible to make. Funk. Cold, okay. You have a brazier for heat? Not yet. We might want one. It is 12 degrees. It's a little chilly in here. Like, I don't know if we set up braziers everywhere. Can I put the campfire indoors? Put a campfire in here, keep the bedroom warm. Also, the windows. I mean, at this point, should I go and close all the windows? So torchlight theoretically keep some heat in. Yeah, I wouldn't put a campfire indoors. In real life, I have no idea what it's going to do in the game. Yeah, campfire and wooden floor. I'm kind of curious as to if this can lead to disaster. Fire bad? I do question marks, but I don't know. Is fire bad? Yes, heat output said something. Heat threshold 80. I don't know what that means. Heat damage per second. Average temperature structure is 10 because it's out right now. But presumably while someone is cooking, that's going to lead to some heat. Not the most convenient place in terms of accessing the food. We do have some of the material to make a brazier, and we might do that. Use the sticks as ceiling. That lets sunlight and rain through, protects plants from hail. Are we talking about making it as a ceiling for our crops? We could make a little stick roof to stop hail damage? That's kind of interesting. Cellar's becoming a swimming pool, is it? Is it because it's raining? Or like when it was raining, it got wet? Or is it because I don't have all my walls and shit up yet? Groundwater found its way into earth walls, into your cellars. Building cellar walls of different material. Well, so, okay. Well, there. Now we do know. Do I also have to block the floor? Or is the walls enough? In which case, what I'm going to do is I'll also go and mine these. No, not that level. This level. And then I'll just build a wall in here for now. Temporarily. Maybe I'll finish this, build the wall here, and call this good enough for a little bit. And yeah, I am wondering about doing a dig down exactly for that. Yeah, let the water pool somewhere else. Maybe I'll do that in this section here. Dig out these two ends. And then we can dig out a little bit more and a little bit more. Just to keep this drained. Not really right. I think it might be, though. Man, as long as it's a slow seep in, it's not going to kill us. Not going to give us much room, but it'll give us something. Do I have to have every one of those walls covered? You know what? Presumably it'll just dry out. Let me cancel. Cancel. I'll wall this area. I guess that part's not walled. Oh, but it's already drying out. Okay, so it sort of comes and goes, and maybe the amount of water is based on how many exposed walls. So as long as I don't have too many exposed walls, maybe we're okay. You did build into the corner there, so that's good to know that that worked fine. And I don't need more shells right now, because these shells aren't yet full, so we can take a beat. Meanwhile, we haven't set ourselves on fire yet. Who's our cook? Cooking. Right. Oh, you're asleep. Right. Now I can't actually force you awake. So it was like, oh, it reset the cooking. I forgot that when you move something... When you move something, it's like, oh, well, clearly you want this to be canceled completely. Like, it's the same as destroying it and rebuilding it. Okay, we'll do that. And then when morning comes, we'll force Jog to do some cooking. We'll babysit this. Yeah, another safety save for the fire. Yeah, I'll just wait a little longer here. Burn, baby, burn. You need to build corner walls for your cellar, but apparently the devs consider this to be a bug and plan to patch it eventually. Oh, they're going to make it so that corner walls aren't required for the cellars? Oh, we could build a well above to remove the water. Oh, that's funny. Yeah, collect the groundwater, then have the well to help drain. That is neat. All right, Jog. As soon as you're up, we're going to put you to work, buddy. Here. Prioritize production. Are you going to set the building on fire? Temperature in here, 8.8 degrees. Dung has decomposed. Okay. You haven't set the building on fire. I think it warmed up. Well, it's still actually colder in here than outside. It's definitely... That's weird. So however their temperature system works... Maybe it's averaged over the tiles, and there's an opening here, and it was already cold. I don't know, this temperature's not moving. It's getting warmer outside, and the temperature inside is not changing. I know all the windows are closed. I guess it's like, let's open the windows. Open the windows during the day. Close them at night. Oh, I hate this micromanagement. But did it leave some ash? Oh, good. Don't like that. There you go. That's looking fine. I'm going to put a door here and some flooring in, too. I don't know if it's required. People said maybe. So we'll do it. floor under the door. Might not need it. There, we'll get it nice. Oh yes, the new shelves over in the corner didn't get a priority. I'm doing medium for these, right? Like, because this one here got medium, yeah. Fire's on? Still okay? Alright. Got a merchant again? Cool.
It's whiskey and chocolate.
Whiskey and chocolate? Who dis? What the?
Thank you for being you. Recently, my mother passed away after 13 years of fighting cancer. While I was helping my father with business, I watched your EUV stream, and it really helped me cope.
There's sorry, that's hitting hard. There's a lot of stuff going on here, you know, but I'm sure a lot of you can relate that our parents are getting older, and those of us who are still lucky to have them. And yeah, I mean, you guys know that Essential's mom, Kiss for Luck, has been dealing with cancer for years, and then my dad's got Parkinson's, and it's just sorry that. Thank you very much for that. That was really generous. I really appreciate it. But it led to, yeah, I got a whole rush of emotion hitting all at once there that that I'm not good at dealing with. Wow. Whew. Ha. How are you? I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm fine. Wow. Manchuck, thank you very much. That's really generous. Really sorry to hear that. Yeah, no, sorry for bringing up the feels. No, I mean, feels that are shared are always better, right? Right? I think I didn't realize the feels that I was having until that came up. I think you just made me more aware of the feels. Wow. Wow. I'm so sorry. You know, I've got my friends are going through the same issue right now. You know, friends who have lost their parents or who have parents that are sick and elderly, and it's like, your parents are supposed to be, you know, indestructible, like, monoliths, right? Well, especially, at least if you're lucky enough to have, you know, a good, healthy childhood, good, well-adjusted parents, which not everyone has. Very, very, very lucky in that respect. That my parents are really wonderful people. But yeah, they're, you know, they're supposed to be indestructible. People you can rely on all the time, and it's just so unbalancing to have that balance change as people age. Anyway, let's play video games. Woo! Free psychiatric Twitch care, yeah. Join a heck of an interesting topic. Yes, extra hero. Okay, we're back to video games. Woo! Fun times. You build a merchant stall so they are in one spot. Oh, that's a good idea. We can build one. Because, yeah, right now they actually kind of like that they keep going to the roof. It's kind of nifty. Well, maybe they don't always go to the roof. Do we want to do, like, a little village square here? We've got, a little bit of entertainment. We've got one of the shrines. We've got the other shrine hiding over here. Maybe we do that. I don't remember where the merchant stall is. So it must be under miscellaneous. There it is. And it just needs some wood. Which, actually, we don't have the wood right now, so I'm just going to wait a scooch. I don't know if we have to chop down some more trees. Probably, because I don't think there's any more trees waiting to be chopped here. Let's do some more of that. Right, there's the temperature overlay view. That's a good point. I mean, I'm still a little like, wow, why is it so cold? I guess the fire's really not generating that much heat. I guess we will need to build a brazier, which I think we have. Brazier clay. But, or limestone. I think, oh, we did mine out some clay, so we do have some clay. You can use it to make flaming projectiles. So let's say we put a brazier in the corner over here. I'll probably end up moving the campfire. There's a big room, hard to heat, yeah. And I mean, it is open to the basement here as well. Maybe that's something, maybe we could wall. If we could do thin walls, like on the intermediary part of the grid, then that would be nice here. Thin walls and then a door. But that's not, you know, every game's got to decide Are walls something that exists in a grid square or in between grid squares? And that decision leads to massive differences in so many things in the engine. It is much, much, much simpler to have walls are on a grid square. It does make walls obscenely chunky, unrealistically chunky for like building walls and things. But it's much easier to program. It's also much easier to communicate to the user. Friggin' enemy raids. We haven't actually gotten an organic raid yet. We've only got a story-based raid once that we just gave some animals to, and then they went away. We are playing on the recommended starter setting, which is pretty easy. We could go and crank some things up, though. But right now, our challenge... right now, the challenge is just, can I survive this first winter with food? Maybe we'll worry about, combat later. Okay, these shelves have to be updated to... It says medium, but wait. Did I start with a copy? Did I do a copy and then it might have copied the priority? Because I don't think I manually set these unless I did and I just don't remember. Which is entirely possible. So I'm guessing flooding becomes more and more of an issue the deeper you go. But this is nice. Nice 2 degrees. Very, very refrigerated. Not quite frozen. And we might still want to see if we can arrange actual frozen stuff to last through the entire, forever. But this seems okay. Double click on the shelf, select all in room. Yes, which is what I've done multiple times. Like that. Because that's how I was bulk assigning it. But I don't think I had done the assignment on these. I might have just forgotten in the chaos. But I wonder if because I did I think I might have done a copy. And I'm wondering if it kept the priority. Yeah, that's the other. I think the campfire is only on, only generating heat while it's being used. Whereas this now is on all the time. I don't know if I can change. That's a wooden floor. Materials. Oh, you can make dung bricks later. Cool. Let's burn more sticks here. Sticks. And I mean, presumably coal, because I think, coal probably only exists to be fuel as opposed to a construction material. So we'll do that. Same thing with the dung brick. Yeah, that seems okay. All right. And I'm assuming we'll get a proper cooker later. We're not just always going to be cooking on a campfire. Presumably, we just need more research to happen. Although, with that in mind, I think I'm going to move the campfire now. Again. Actually, I wonder, if I copy it, does it copy the job? Probably not. I'm just going to relocate it to in here. Because, this is our kitchen. I don't think I have a torch in here, and I feel like I should probably have one. Colony Skier 21! RDRR. Room created shared chamber. I'm assuming that's in the basement. And it just wasn't zooming us on Z levels? I don't know. And then, yeah, we've got to reset this job again. Simple meals until you have... I guess it's defaulting to 10 more than I've got. Which, sure, fine. And then, again, here, we're going to turn off wood. I'll leave the others on. I'll just turn off wood. And then I'll put in the animal feed job as well. And then, yeah, try to keep some of it around. If you can. All right, we're going to have lots of wood now. I don't know if it counts the wood that's just on the ground or if it has to be stockpiled, but... Is a higher quality fuel for crafting? Well, but that's a good point. Maybe some things later need coal specifically, so we're going to want to save it. But that sounds like a problem for later, Quill. Not now, Quill. Temperature in here. Barely rising even with the campfire burning. And then, oh, no. Okay, then it drops instantly. Okay, so temperature... I guess temperature is instantaneous. It doesn't seem to linger. I might be wrong about that, but that seems to be the case. It is, even in here with the brazier going, only 8 degrees, but, I mean, that's still better than outside. And, yeah, I'm wondering about closing the windows again. All right, we'll close them again. Hope that brazier keeps up the heat. Maybe I'll keep these open for some fresh air despite the temperature control. I mean, as long as people have warm clothes, they'll be okay, but they are suffering. Oh, we may have run out of winter clothes. I'm going to change this job now to until I have... We can't have account equipped, I think. Oh, that's fine. I guess we just set this and say, keep one piece of winter clothing around. Now that people are wearing it, we can do this. Oh, we have shit tons of winter clothes. Never mind. It's the 8th. People should be equipping them. Okay, well, I'll still keep it on do until you have this, where there's always one sitting around in the stockpile for whatever reason. Same thing we're doing with summer clothing. What is the point of interest? Oh! Point of interest here. Sorry, I was like, what is the point of interest? To facilitate, like, lending and savings and banking? I'm not... Yeah. Sorry, point of interest. Yeah, so once we unlock cartography, we can look at the region map. And then there'll be stuff there. Now, we do have a bunch of tech. We could actually go and unlock cartography now, I think. I don't remember. Ooh, clay bricks might be good. Stone block cutting. Wooden weaponry, maybe. What's this over here? Decorative structures. Oh, I think we need some of these to make the Great Hall. I don't know if that's our priority, though. I think our big dining room over here, which is really going to be our Great Hall, I think it's got everything it needs, except it does need 4 decorative items. Doing the Great Hall would let us, like, specialize someone as a bard, but I'm not sure there's a good reason to do that. Decorative banners, same thing. Entertainment. Skittles. Like bowling type Skittles? Yeah, bowling type Skittles. Like the Brits, because we call them in Canada and the United States and maybe other places. I think Australia is the same. I think, like, when you go bowling, you use a bowling ball to knock down bowling pins. But I think in the Ook, they're called Skittles, right? Yeah, clay or stone for building material might be a brilliant idea, but there's still the idea of pushing up over here. I don't know what the Scholar's Lectern gives us, but it does make the room into a library. And maybe... I can't remember we check... Nope, that's not what I meant to do! No, I didn't mean to rename you! Well, alright, Parduk's in here then. This person was like, you know, my old name doesn't represent who I was. I am now Parduk. I'm going to click here with the roll. And again, here, I wish you didn't have to mouse over the assign button to see the requirements. So that I could scroll down and be at a glance and see, oh, which one of these benefits from let's say, librarian over here. Need 15 intellectual, need a library with the Scholar's Lectern, which is a redundant thing to say because you need the Scholar's Lectern to have a library. They have to have their own private chamber, and we have to have 150 chronicles. It looks like it does, it looks like assigned chronicles count towards this, which is good. So, librarian job preference will be modified. Which just makes them hate unskilled labor? But presumably does this other thing. Settler's Presence Library enhances speed of all researchers studying there. Presumably yourself as well. I do wonder if we should go to clay. Still call them bowling pins here. Most bowling places are built at 10-pin bowling. Yes, Mr. Kessler, presumably you're talking about the UK? Because I know that, like, I know it's some confusion from people who are watching... there's a Taskmaster episode where the challenge is to, like, knock down all the Skittles or something. And I feel like that was in the season where they had Jason Mantzoukas, and he was very confused as to what a Skittles was. And yes, also, it's a candy over here. A little fruity candy. In South Africa, you call them Skittles. Okay. I mean... Skittles or pins, they're both perfectly arbitrary name that don't really describe them either way, right? Both perfectly cromulent. So we do have clay. Like, if we do this, it unlocks the kiln clay. Oh, I didn't need clay bricks for the kiln. I just needed clay for the kiln. Or no, the brazier. I mean, one of the things we could do, the sooner we get clay, the sooner we could start doing clay structures. Maybe I do want to get that. What else? Right, stone block cutting can lead to stone carving. Get better furniture. Oh, you need the fancier books. Infirmary bed. Helmet. Should we get this faster? Research table. Choose alchemy, divination, or the experiencer of settlers to figure out how stuff works. I kind of want to know what a research table is. I think I'm going to save up my books and get that. Should your drops command mention going medieval drops? Oh, yeah, drops are enabled. There's drops? You know, I do remember seeing over here the button to, like, you can get drops if you've earned drops. Although, I don't know if I count as watching my own stream for the purpose of getting drops. Here, I'm going to open my own stream in a window. Watched earn drops. Get rewards, but watching Quill 18 while they're live and going medieval ends May 24th. Oh, that's not a lot of time. Go to participating channel, watch for 30 minutes, 1 hour, 1 hour 30, 2 hours. Connect required. Oh my god. Wait, Connect just opens... Oh, okay, I did connect in-game. So presumably I am authenticated. I'm not convinced it thinks I'm connected, even though I'm logged in. Well, hopefully y'all have better luck getting the drops than I will. Broadcasters can't earn drops while having their own channel open. You have to have a different participating stream open. Oh. Okay, fine. Then what's going to happen is after the stream, I'm going to just open a Twitch tab to someone else's stream and watch them play. And by watch, I mean probably leaving it idle in the background while I go and prep dinner food and things like that. I'll still count as a viewer for them, so that seems fine. I do have the Twitch commands enabled. That's how we got some Twitch names in here. I mean, really, the only command we have currently enabled is the name one. We had to disable the appear command because it was being very inconsistent. A little bit glitched. Are people wearing the winter clothes? Is a great question. Charlie's not wearing anything. No wonder you're cold all the time. All right, it is outside this window. This window here is where they wear their summer clothes, from spring 6th through autumn 7th. It is not this window. So they should be on this side, which is wear winter clothes. Maybe I should just put all apparel, because then they'll wear the armor all the time. But there's definitely winter clothes on the ground. Default profile cannot be changed. Create new profile using the plus button. Okay. Wait, I can't change anything? Oh, I literally can't change anything. This one's hard-coded. It's not working. Oh, how do I rename this? Wear damned clothes. Wear pants. Okay. Couldn't do an exclamation mark, which I wanted. Okay, so it looks like it copied the default clothing thing. First of all, out of curiosity, if I don't turn on the force equipped, I wonder if this will force, because yeah, stealth isn't wearing anything either. I wonder if this by itself will kind of affect a refresh and cause people to put some goddamn clothes on. Summer clothes, auto-equip. Except, again, they should be outside of that range. We'll give them a bit. It might take them a little process. So yeah, is there water physics? Is the rain going to flow down there? I don't think there is for this, but I'm not sure. We're going to ignore the... I don't know. Do we care about the beggar? Why would we do that? Dead William the beggar. A really good smith. Like, can I say, hey, Stealth, go talk to Dead William. He's right there. Prepare some sustenance for a poor soul in need. Do we give Dead William some food? Oh, let's do it. Why is there no name? The number of these resources you have available to give. You can't include in this tooltip what this resource is. I gotta go squint mode and say it's boxes of red stuff. Maybe berries, maybe apples, I don't know. Here, have a couple of cabbages, which is presumably what this is, but I don't know. Oh, you're requesting a certain amount of wealth worth. What are these that are worth so much more? Like, they're worth so much more. Are these cooked meals? Oh, you can look there. Still, why isn't it in the goddamn tooltip? Because the problem here is they're not even highlighting the rows. This is what I'm saying, though. Like, I have to go. Hold on, which one is it? Red currants. Now, I know that somewhat here is being picky. I have the same complaint in RimWorld in the trading screen. Now, at least in the RimWorld trading screen, they do the zebra striping, so it's a little bit easier to follow a row. But the fact that it doesn't mouse over and highlight a row in RimWorld in the trade screen is very frustrating, because it's very easy for our eyes to sort of skip and be like, oh, I have 135 roasted meat. You know what I mean? Really easy for me to make that mistake. Maybe not for you guys, but for me and my degree of incompetence, super easy. All right, tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to give you a stew, buddy. And then I'm going to give you a few more cabbages to meet your desire. There we go. You see what I mean? And why doesn't this tooltip work? Like, that should still just be an extra tooltip. And with some more info. We got some info here. Why isn't this exactly the same tooltip? The number of these resources you have available to give is dead obvious. That's a useless tooltip. This should just repeat this tooltip, but over here. All right, here you go. Have a good day. I have no idea if that does anything for us. I don't think people are equipping any clothes. Do I give them a full 24-hour cycle and just see? Okay, let's see what happens if we go and turn on Force Equip. I think that forced them to remove what they were wearing. Someone took their summer clothes off. Is this not refreshing while I'm looking at it? Well, it clearly did. It just did. Maybe it's one of those cases where you need to reload to force them to wear clothes? Maybe. Someone's doing something, but it's definitely not to put clothes on. Are they trying to equip clothes and then failing? Marduk is just hauling to the stockpile. I've seen them equip clothes before. Okay, let me do a save and reload. Quit to the main menu. Clear that out completely. Reload. Button you press is force unequip, not force equip. And that's what I think, but I was just worried, like, what if they're not taking things off for some other reason? Like, what if they're not taking off their summer clothes? This will force... So, presumably, and there's another area I could use a tooltip over here. Presumably, this is force unequip of anything that doesn't match these rules. Which will be interesting. Morcor is still wearing it, the armor, but that's not the clothing layer. Oh, someone just put summer clothes on. Am I misunderstanding what this does? We're definitely not in this time period. You should not be wearing summer clothes. I might turn this off and see what happens. Putting on clothes is lower priority than work? Is it just they need to be idle? Is there a job for that? Like, is it part of Hall? Is there a get dressed option? I have a few settlers who don't auto switch to winter clothes. Okay, I'm going to turn off the yearly override. I have no idea if that's what that does. Here, I'm even going to clear everything over here. Okay, literally the only thing they're allowed to wear are winter clothes and a variety of hats. Okay, they immediately took off their summer clothes. Okay. So, this doesn't work. or at least doesn't work the way we think it should. I might turn off the force and equip. So when summer comes, I'm going to manually switch from winter clothes to summer clothes. Oh, did it take off the armor? It didn't take off the armor. Okay. Huh. Stash. Works most of the time, but might still be slightly buggy. 5 years of early access. You'd think that this is a pretty basic function that you interact with, like, from almost the start of the game, right? This isn't a, oh, this is a weird side quest that can happen 10 years into the game, and so we don't encounter it very often. Anyway, basement's going pretty good, right? You're all fine. You still got room and everything. Excellent, lovely. All right. We might want to do a last round of, like, berry harvesting. Make sure we've got everything before it starts dying off the winter. Looks like our crops are, well, they're still there. Oh. Did that auto start the harvest, or was that part of, I guess it was a forced early harvest, which isn't necessarily what I want to do. The override is new, which might explain bugginess. Okay. So did they cram in a bunch of, like, extra features right before 1.0 that didn't get tested? Because we already saw that the Twitch with animal naming was glitched. Just saying the seasonal override is new? Okay. Well, maybe what we should just do then is we should just have 2 fixed outfits, one for summer and one for winter, and we switch back and forth. Or just leave them to wear anything. I don't know if I trust them to wear the appropriate clothes for the season, though. Oh, we might want to do some more hunting as well. And yeah, smoked meats. Should we just set this to forever? Like, I don't know how smoked meat compares to prepared meals versus whatever, but I guess going into winter, it might be a good idea to do a smoked meat forever job. Turn off wood, though. Don't use up wood for that. They are properly wearing winter clothes now, which is nice. Yeah, if it's going to the cellar, the smoked meat might not be right. That's true. I wonder if you can cook using smoked meat, if that counts as an ingredient. No, just raw meat. I don't see smoked meat. And then, can we find out, like, what is a simple meal and what does it do for us? Almanac? Simple meal? Oh, are these... Because that's how we end up with stews. Are these all simple meals? It probably depends on what ingredients go into it. So, a stew has a nutrition of 85. What? Why is the text being sarcastic at me? I did have caps lock on. Ha! With caps lock on, it goes to sarcastic speech. It uppercases every other letter. So presumably this is the same thing. So this is me lowercase. So lowercase, it automatically capitalizes the first F. If I hold shift, yep. So whatever text formatting little function they've got here to presumably do the uppercase of the first letter automatically treats a series of uppercase letters very oddly. Okay, smoked meat only has a nutrition of 15. But how many... but I don't know how much nutrition it takes. Like, if this is the same thing, if smoked meat and a simple meal both start with 1 unit of raw meat, and one gives us 85 and one gives us 15, so smoked meat really is no good once we've got a cellar. It is a cooking ingredient, smoked meat, is it? Raw meat. I don't see smoked meat as an option. Unless it gets a different name and something weird happens. On the list, it's listed as a secondary cooking ingredient. Maybe for other meals. Maybe other meals can use smoked meat as an ingredient? Someone said something. Looks like simple meals were 24 ingredients to make. Where did you see that? Waiting for resources. Oh. So you need 25. Oh, no. Okay, 24 primary cooking ingredients, 1 fuel. 10 raw meat, 3 fuel. Okay. Okay. So the simple meals do take 2.5 times more raw materials, but are making something with substantially more nutrition, with a more limited lifespan. I'm going to finish this 1 smoked meat job, but I don't know if I'll set up some more yet. So if the only place you can see is here, that's a little... I guess that's fine. Alright. Nothing more stockpile. Tons of stuff is just sitting outside. Well, no, there's some room over here. I guess it's, people haven't gotten around to it yet. People are busy. Well, there's a lot of harvesting. We haven't finished the next round of research stuff yet, so I still can't do the next library thing, which I think is still what I'm looking for. Lots of room here. Maybe I should encourage more hauling. I mean, everyone hates hauling, but deal with it. Here. Hauling's going to be at a 1. There's stuff flying around all over the place. Let's do this. Train animals to haul. Yeah, it turns out, I guess the goats could do it, right? Is it overview? Oh, so what we need to do is we need to go do the full train, I guess. The full train and then upgrade them to start hauling. And do we have someone with animal training, like high enough animal husbandry? Our best is... Oh, we do have an 8. Okay, because I think the goats needed a 5. So Charlie can start doing the training. I guess I still want pretty high because we still need the roping available. Train animals become pets and won't be in their pen. Right, which is actually very annoying. Maybe I don't want to tame everything then. Maybe I just want a handful. Let's do a couple of goats and then see how we feel. Plus, it might have been too much of a time investment. Yeah, I had some and then sold those. It was kind of cute the way it worked. Group of animals. 2 pheasants arrived. Okay. There's a hike to get down there. But yeah, clean this stuff up. Which, you know, doing all this hauling is going to put a little bit of lag into going back into work, but ultimately should be better. And then once you're caught up, then it doesn't matter if you leave the hauling as a 1 priority. Cat coming over here, stealing some of our stuff. Smoked meat pile. So it's out here decomposing. Presumably has to be brought in somewhere. Trained animals produce... Oh, that's right. I do remember seeing that. Trained animals produce fully trained offspring. So then they just do all the training for you over and over. Yeah, grate your floor on ground level stockpile to avoid flooding damage. Yeah, so that's... So you would what? Dig underneath here and then put a graded floor in here? Do you need to do the dig or is it just putting the graded floor in the first place? Good enough. And then I guess what you do is you develop, like, maybe there's no generic shelves for the stockpile, because the idea is that you're doing all these specialized storage. There, I guess we want to turn this around. I might want to do a couple of weapon racks, which maybe should go somewhere else, but let's say I do this. Because if it's one weapon per tile, then each one of these maybe can hold 3 weapons? And that might be better. I don't know if it says how many they can hold. Ooh, or you can do the wall mounted. I don't know if that means, if it's wall mounted, I don't know if you can still use the ground tile. Or if it just looks different. And if all it does is look different, that's still fine. I'm hoping the wall mounted still has room for 3. It does. Okay. If that's the case, let's say if I were to expand, yeah, I think we might be able to use the ground and the wall. Good. Spending a lot of time going down to the basement. I'm wondering if there should be a super high priority stockpile up here for some cooked meals. I don't know. Careful, the pawns will unequip weapons. What? I mean, I guess they just get told a general category. Oh, visitor. Echo of Jaco. Alright. Oh, we got... Who's this? Dryad, you're out here. Wait. Can I talk to you? Are you hostile? Maybe something will happen when they're here? Well, I can't talk to you. Is that just a faction indicator? Oh, you're a druid. Okay. He's a druid. Yeah. Let's do a shelf for meals in the Great Hall. I think I do like this idea. Sometimes you gotta host a feast or whatever to interact with them. Okay. They held a community role. You can hold a special event relevant to their expertise. Inviting them gives a better experience. Okay, so if we do whatever event druids can do, then they might participate. So what this is going to be is clear all, very high for meals. Yeah. Okay. Oh, those are... I thought those were just more tutorial things. Okay, that's the merchant caravan. There you go. Echo of Jaco, the Beard Simag, has graced us with a visit. She is a Druid 2 in her own settlement. Hold a ritual event to make the most of their stay. Okay. Probably could have gotten it there, but ritual event's got to be in a Oak Brethren ritual circle, in a temple, or this. I don't think we have the ritual circle. So presumably we don't have religious structures, because we had... Yeah, the little shrine. Convert people to those events. Oh, nifty. Oh, there we go. We're getting some research again. That's good. And nothing on there, because I think all of our weapons are currently equipped. There you go. And we've got some meals waiting there. Some roasted meats and some compote. I do like that the meals are getting different names depending on what goes into making them. That's a nice touch. The Dwarf Fortress is something kind of like that. Okay, research. So yeah, I'm going to go for research 2 immediately. That's not going to be legal. We might have to make our library a little bit bigger. Crash one of these things. Just expand the library. And then with the roof, can I expand this? Or do we have to tear it down and rebuild it? Looks like expanding it's going to work. And, yeah, we might want to move the shrines into their own rooms instead of outside, but right now it's working okay. It looks like you've got a Daft Punk helmet with bunny ears, Echo of Jaco. Which honestly, cool look. I like it. Yes, I have messed around with some of the roof looks. Actually, I lost some of the roof look customization I had before, but I had like a little, conceptually, I like the these little things here as like little vents for smoke and things. I know it's just cosmetic, but it feels that way. You can build a 2-story library as long as you leave a hole in the upper floor. Okay. What about, so does the staircase, I don't think the staircase count. Like, I think the staircase is sort of like blocking things. Did I always have a gap here? I mean, I must have. Did I? Stairs do count as opening. Oh, so wait, it's upper, wait, does it? This is a shared chamber. Oh, that's still a shared chamber. Oh. Is it all the same room? Upstairs and downstairs here? Can I make them be separate rooms? I really thought I had built floors in here. I'm having a hard time seeing where that's clicking. What? Can't place this far from a stable structure. But there's a wall right here. Why do I need a beam? I mean, I can build a beam. That's fine. Why do I need a beam to build a floor here? There's clearly a big giant wall over here. Did I lose stability because of the underground shit that I've got going on? Stability 2. Stability 1. Why is this a stability... You're definitely built on solid ground. Stability 4, stability 3. 2, 2, 2. What? There's nothing underneath this. Oh, way down there there is. Huh. Hey. I mean, I get it. We undermine the site, I suppose. I mean, pretty deep down. Basement influences stability weirdly. It doesn't logically all the time. It doesn't logically all the time. Nicely said. So I'm curious to see if this is going to change any stability up there. It might not. It wouldn't surprise me if this does not change the stability of things up here. Oh, okay. These are now 3. Now, I can still go and build a beam in here. But, like, oh, I should have to? It doesn't make much sense. Can I reach? No, because it's got to be, I think, anchored to an actual wall. You know, it's like a little bit overkill, but symmetrically, that would look kind of nice. I think so. I don't know if you can hang things from these beams, but it would look kind of nice if you could. Now, it may not even be required now, because we did go and add the extra baseline stability. Yeah, looks like it's no. So, I could go and build a wall around this and then put a door here, and these 2 rooms would be completely separate. It's a little awkward. Again, I think people can walk through furniture, so I think these beds would still be reachable, even if I had a wall, like a wall around the staircase. Okay, and then we'll go and take down this inner wall. I mean, I'm not worried about specializing things yet, because I can't make this into a grand hall or whatever it's called yet, but... Okay, so now, come back over here. No, production. Put in a research table. That's still on button. Corner, that'll look nice. Should I floor this room? Oh, I got a lot of sticks. Although... Wicker... Limestone... They're great. Ventilation draining viewing between levels. But yeah, that, I don't know if that matters now, but let's go wicker floor here to use some sticks. This floor will provide comfort and luxury to boost research speed. Oh, nice. Okay. So is this where we make... Yeah, that's where we make the next tier, which I'm going to start because if nothing else, if I do want to get the library structure 2, I do need 5 of these. Here, I'll just limit to 5 for now. Oh, we need intellectual 15. Really? No one's got intellectual 15. 14. 13. 12. Okay, food. Train, maybe. I have 1,000 units of food. I don't know how much food people eat. So with 6 people, I don't know how much food I need to go through winter. Hopefully we can still do some hunting. Hell, I might still want to actively do a little bit of hunting. Like low retaliate? Hunt deer. Pheasant. Deer. Sheep, deer. Let's do that for now. With 6 people, you have at least 2 people worth of food extra. Do you mean I can eat some people? Or do you mean like we're good on food? Oh. Miss a message here? Oh, hey, Proeliamuris. Ooh, I think I butchered that name. Thank you very much. Used to watch your stream all the time a few years ago. Don't release Twitch these days. Happy to see you're still going. Take my Prime sub. Thinking about getting this game. Looks interesting. I think it's lovely. I think it's definitely got some quality of life issues and some actual bugs in here, but it is solid. I mean, if this were an early access game now, I'd be like, oh, this is fantastic. Fully endorse it. Fallenness 1.0 is a little bit question marky after an extended early access period. Doesn't mean it's bad, but... First game I did this in ages and rolled 3 cannibals. Thought that was the main feature. Well, that would make the diet a little easier to get to. Have you looked into the depth of the schedules? No? I mean, it looks pretty straightforward. I guess once we give people a actual role, then they will focus on that more. I mean, I could go and do grouped leisure activity, which I like doing in RimWorld because it helps people generate relationships. I don't know if that's a thing. Leisure might be important for things. Prioritize leisure activities even if deprived of them. Will prioritize convalescing even if task disabled on job panel. Okay. I mean, we could do the little RimWorld thing where what we do is we encourage a couple of hours of organized leisure time right before bed. Hope it leads to people doing some interactions. I don't know. Give them leisure time that will let them change clothes. But I mean, they already did. They did finally change their clothes once we just made it. Once we turned off the yearly override. It looks like the yearly override is not functioning. The clothes started to work perfectly fine as soon as we turned that off and just used the primary side. You've had Deadmate says I've had problems with yearly overrides as well. Yeah, it just seemed weird because it doesn't seem like a very complicated feature to implement. Because I'm assuming what happens is every so often these characters, when I don't know they're idle or when they're looking for the next job, one of the things they evaluate is, am I wearing the right clothes given my assignment? And then you just need a switch to like, I'm going to look at this list of clothing, and then you have a little if that's like, if date matches this, then we're looking at a different field. We've got blighted crops. Oh, good. That's included in this game too. Order your settlers to cut down spoiled crops before the blight spreads. And I have to do this manually? But why? I'm assuming this stuff with the brown crud over it is probably the blighted crops. Is this blighted? Yep. It's interesting because it's actually the growth phase is set as blight. And you can order plant chopping based on phases. What? There's no little harvest icon on this? This is flagged to be cut, but there's no icon. Those have a... Go away! I can't read the thingies. Oh my god. Okay. I know it was saying in the tooltip that it was already assigned. It'd be great if it was just in the menu itself. This one's going to be cut. Is that it? Are these blighted? These are blighted. Are those the last two? Oh, now it's spread to here. Okay. I think that's it. To be fair, the blight mechanic is pretty dumb and unfun in RimWorld too. I mean, blight stuff is like realistic. These should be events that happen, but I don't know why games haven't figured out a way to make it feel less stupid. Blight is one of the things that would turn down in game options, just a pain. Yeah. You can order cut down dead trees when not blighted plants is strange. Yeah, is there like a... There's no filter for cut plants. Yeah, and it is strange. It is a little strange that there's not a... And also auto-cut blighted stuff. And you want games... You want to force players to interact with the game. Right? That's... Don't get me wrong. You need to force players to interact with the game. That is important. You can't just have the game, like, autoplay on demo mode. I get it, but... weirdly fighting the system. Yeah. Oh, yes, that's right. I was going to move... I guess what I want to do is... make a stockpile over here. What is that? Over here. I mean, it's sort of a dumping stockpile, but we're going to have to set a filter for it regardless. I'm going to do this here. Clear all. Make this very high priority for animal carcasses. I don't think there's a filter for rotted or not, so presumably these are going to be whole, non-rotten carcasses. Store them downstairs so that the wild animals can't get them and they don't rot. Urgent haul that one. Of course, everyone's asleep anyway. I wonder if I should just remove the sleep schedule. Like, if I'm assuming... Yeah, priority over everything else. Like, do we do the RimWorld thing where we do this? Where it's like, okay, everyone try to go to bed at 11 o'clock at night. And then keep sleeping. Times it. 1 a.m. Yeah, people aren't going to auto-wake up. Although, maybe they will if they're satisfied. Is your sleep need actually met? Mostly, but not. Can I not? Why can't I tell you to go and haul this immediately? Can't right-click on this. Maybe someone's already doing it? Okay. Someone did go and do that, so that's good. Yeah, I think this is better. Because it was really annoying that I couldn't force someone to do a thing. Like, prioritize them despite being asleep. There you go, we're harvesting this. Yeah, corpse down there, not too far away from the butchering spot. I don't think I want to hunt the wolves. Unless we can do a drafted hunt. What are you guys doing? You want to grab some wood and stuff? Yep, okay, that's still fine too. More research points. Oh, and we're officially in winter! Winter held Brussels in its icy grip, so the settlers gathered around the fire on long, dark evenings. They needed to build up warm clothing and heat their chambers to beat the chill. Well, we might need more than one brazier in here. Although, you know, it's not freezing or anything. These windows are all closed, so that's good. Windows are closed. We got a little heater in there, and you're wearing winter clothes. You'll be fine. Probably, maybe. I feel like in RimWorld, Quill likes to force his pawns to wake up and work. Absolutely. They got to earn their keep. Hate that we've cut down all the trees. Like, visually, it's pretty bad. I mean, it's worse in the winter here with the bear stuff. Fish, little waterfall is nice. Need heating in all above ground rooms. Oh, yeah? Do they, like, work really badly otherwise? Or are they just going to get cold? Like, is there a... So they got production speed of 110. Is it affected... Average temperature of structure, sure. Yeah, does the speed affect their research time? Too close to plant for icon. Huh? Oh, was that an older message about not getting the icon to cut, maybe? Urbana camp expired, sure. Man, maybe I should be prioritizing cartography, and then we could raid these places. Cold never bothered me anyway. Maybe blight should just, you lose it at the random percent. I mean, maybe. The thing is, I like the idea of, oh my god, you've got to go cut down plants. What I hate is, we're playing whack-a-mole by clicking individual little things. I think the blight cutting should be an automatic thing, and you might still need to react to it of, oh, we need to make a bunch of people have cut plants as a mega high priority to stay ahead of it. I mean, even Vanilla Rimworld, they gave up and added a auto mark plants to cut, right? I think so, with the blight. Or no, not auto market, but a mass market they did add. You'd still have to run a mod to auto market. And I guess here's what settlers are exhausted. Oh, not getting enough sleep. So they aren't fully doing the sleep. This isn't working the way I was hoping. Okay, then I'm gonna go and put the sleep hours back in. I don't know if that's the same sleep hours, but there we go. Again, you want to force players to interact with game systems. Well, again, force. I mean, it's the whole point of the game. But if a decision isn't meaningful or interesting, then having it exist in a game is pointless, right? You, barring a situation again of maybe, okay, your pawns are busy, you're in the middle of fighting, and then a blight happens. Then the decision might be, do I keep fighting or do I go and deal with the blight? But again, that might be more of a question of, do you just undraft them, right? You've got them drafted for combat, do you undraft them or whatever? The actual click on it, you're never not going to want to click on one of the blighted plants and then click the cut button. You're never going to not want to do that. Therefore, the event should be redesigned so that the mechanic doesn't work that way. Or you just have it auto-mark, because the point of the blight is still, this is going to cost you, yes, potentially some food, but it's costing you colonist time. And that still is the case, even if it's automated. It's not pointless, it's worse than that, it's tedious. Yeah. So as a game designer, anytime you add a system, you've got to think, is this a system that's interesting to interact with by being a meaningful decision? Or interesting and meaningful, which is not always the same thing. Sometimes a decision isn't meaningful, as in it doesn't dramatically change the gameplay, but it's still interesting to choose because it's sort of part of the story. Ideally, you do both, where the choice matters, but it doesn't necessarily always have to be how impactful a choice has to be for it to matter depends on how interesting it is. Make sure settlers do not waste seeds by sowing during winter. Oh. Is that seriously a thing? Oh, okay, no, there's a sowing period. Good. Yeah, so they're not planting right now. They'll start planting on the 1st of spring. We've got a few animal trainings put in here. Actually, I wonder if I need finished. The problem is we're not very skilled at it. Yeah. Oh, we had 2. Hey, what? Let me put all these. No, not for everything, but for the goats. Does this sort by type? It does. Here, let's go and enable all this. I think someone said the sheep don't haul. And then animal handling. The problem is, yeah, we only have the one, Charlie, and he's not going to do anything else, but I guess it's fine right now. So he'll work on it. He's got an 8, theoretically, if we keep an eye on Charlie. And maybe what I'll do is I'll turn the hauling back down to a 2 for people. But Charlie's going to spend all his time doing whatever. What do we need for the goats? Is it? Oh! We need 10 for the goats. The sheep, maybe the sheep was a 5, but they can't be trained to haul. I don't know which one of these is a sheep. There. Sheep has got a minimum skill of 5. I don't know if you can tell if something can be trained to haul or not. Yeah, okay. So we don't have a good animal handler. I suppose as if we keep Charlie really hyper-focusing on animal handling. He's at an 8. He's not that far away from the 10. If he keeps focusing on that, he can maybe skill up. We did have a sheep hauling, I think, last stream. I think we sold... Maybe the sheep can haul. We may have sold the ones, or we did sell the ones that were hauling. I think there was just 2 or something like that. But yeah, we'll try to push it more. And if someone else wants to join, and they actually do have a high animal skill, they're more likely to get in here. Okay, let's do a research. Let's unlock the clay brick making. So clay kiln. Doesn't say anything about being in a room, so I'll put it outside next to the smoking setup. Let's make some bricks. Fishing improves animal handling. Oh, really? So maybe for Charlie... Where's fishing? Oh, there. Maybe I want to set a fishing to a 2. Can I set limits? Like, we only need so many fish around. If you're doing that, you're not going to be growing. I don't know. Maybe I'll set it to a 3. I don't know. Hostile animals. Oh, there's a bunch of enraged deer over here. I suppose we can do the thing. Now, again, it's not, as far as I can tell, a really good way to bulk recruit everyone. Like, bulk select everyone, rather. Unless they're on the map. But, I mean, with these icons. Never check to see if there's a hotkey for it. Settlers. Yeah, I'd like to be able to just quickly select all to be able to quickly recruit all. I think they'll auto attack because this is hostile. Yeah, there it is. Okay. All aggressive animals have been dealt with. Settler wounds. Charlie's dragon has been slightly wounded. Okay, we were going to cancel the drafted state. And then I think they're getting forbidden because things are coming to eat them. I think that's what the issue we were having last time. We can't unforbid them while they're being eaten. There it is. Because I think it toggles the forbid state on them. I've seen this game before as compared to, say, RimWorld. So, yeah, that's the biggest point of reference. That and a little bit of Dwarf Fortress. It clearly borrows a lot from RimWorld and some of its mechanics over here. But we've got depth and things. And kind of a cool medieval-y vibe. I think if you like RimWorld, you're going to be inclined to like this one. I've got a few niggles here. It does not feel like a 1.0 release. It's very close. It's very close to a 1.0 release, but it doesn't quite feel there for me. Well, we have a lot of wood now. I did chop a lot of trees, to be fair. Okay, so this kiln is up. So, clay bricks, coal. Oh, we can make dung bricks from this, too. Oh, we need hay for it. So this will also produce a bunch of ash. I don't know if we have anything that consumes ash yet. Coal, so presumably charcoal. Wonder if we should do this. Like, I wonder... This consumes 30 wood and produces 20 ash. Or, sorry, 20 coal. I wonder... I don't know how the fuel gets used. When we've got a cooking job with the simple meals, we can choose a type of fuel to use. I don't know if it just uses 1 unit of fuel every time. Higher temperature. So presumably, when you get to like steel smelting, you probably have to use coal, and you can't use sticks. Fuel strength 1. Fuel strength 5. But I don't know how that interacts with these other systems. It wants 1 fuel. Which makes me... It leads me to think that coal would be a waste here. And I shouldn't be making it until I need it. But that's very unclear, and I don't like that. I like the idea of converting dung to dung bricks, though. Part of me is like, should I do forever on this? It would consume all of our hay, but... Maybe I'll just put a target. Here. Keep like 25 of those around. We can use them for fuel. And then do start making clay bricks. Which does need fuel. Yeah, I can use anything. I don't know. I'll leave it all on, I suppose. Well, actually, I might want to turn off wood, which will leave the others. And then... Here, let's target something like 50 bricks, and we can consider using brick for construction going forward. I think they're in order of preference with coal last. Oh, do you think so? That's another thing that's not clear. If that is true, then I'm fine with leaving them all on. Cook with dung brick first, then sticks, then wood, then coal. But that is... There's no indication of that. It might be random. They might go for whatever's closest. In which case, the key might be to just make sure that right storage is in the right place. This game is very bad at communicating things to the user. To be fair, that is often the case with these builder games. Almost always people sort of have to figure it out through trial and error or poking through the game code, and then you get fan-made wikis that try to explain some of these mechanics. You know, we take for granted some of the mechanics in something like RimWorld as obvious, but it's only obvious because we've got 2,000 hours into it, right? And it doesn't mean that RimWorld's always great at communicating those things to you. One of the things that always impressed me, Against the Storm is so consistently good at really quite communicating things quite clearly through a lot of its user interface. For example, with the way that you choose ingredients for recipes and you can set priorities for them, you can explicitly say use coal first, then this, which I really like a lot. Brick paths improve walk. Oh, we could do brick paths. Maybe that would be quite good. Is it still beta? No, it's apparently 1.0 release as of last week. Which some people in the Steam the reviews for this game are generally very good. The most recent reviews for them had a lot of negativity, including from people with hundreds of hours into the game. That mostly comes down to a lot of, how dare are you calling this a 1.0 release when there's some things that are still broken that have been broken for a long time. Yeah, and I understand the source of those comments now. Yeah, Against the Storm is really good. Like, it's shockingly good in so many different levels. The gameplay loop's so good, the visuals are so good, the user interface and quality of life features are so freaking amazing. It's actually freakish how good Against the Storm was. So, how do you do the other path? Like, into the floors, limestone floor. I don't have a brick path. Maybe path is something you unlock, or it's in another category. And maybe we get the paths later? Or roads or something. Ferocious wildlife. A group of fairy cattle. I'm sorry, what? With the eyes. A group of fairy cattle shifted among the trees bordering Brussels. Their beauty did not fool settlers who chased them off, knowing only too well how destructive deer can be. Oh. Okay. We dealt with them. ISTM that the full fuel strength... Wait. Does ISTM stand for something that I don't know? Like an AFA, IK, or... that the fuel strength is directly related to temp and time to burn. So sticks need refueling more often with strength of 1, while coal is more fuel efficient with strength of 5. Right, but okay, so here's my thing. Right, we have a brazier over here. So it's got a fuel thing. I guess, hold on, does this have a fuel... The campfire, I don't see having a fuel meter. But I'm wondering if with the brazier, if in here the coal is much better, because yeah, it won't have to be reloaded as often. So what I'm wondering about is with the campfire, if we still want to be like, don't use coal, because if it seems to me, okay, because I saw a few ISTMs recently, and like, as in like the last day or two, like, or in the chat here maybe, I'm like, have this, you know what it's like when you learn a new word or something and then you see it everywhere? And you're like, I've never seen this before in my life. I feel like I've never seen ISTM before, but I've seen it a few times, like today. Maybe it was all just from you. I'm not sure. So yeah, I'm still thinking, with the meals, to me, it looks like it's consuming a fuel as an ingredient. So to me, it feels like with the meal production here, we still don't want to use coal. Because I feel like this is working differently. So I might want to be like, explicitly not that. But maybe once we get a proper cooker, maybe things are going to be a little different with the way that fuel is consumed. Because it's not an ingredient, it's like a state. I don't know. Research available. Like, I might still want to keep just grabbing research as it pops up. Here, let's unlock fermenting. So we'll build a fermenting station. I'm not sure that we have the stuff to do fermenting. But let's see what it's like, and then we'll find out the requirements, etc., etc. This RimWorld but medieval? Yeah. And, you know, 3D with Z levels. People are always asking for in RimWorld, and I'm like, no, 2D is fine. I mean, I like Z levels and stuff in Dwarf Fortress and things, but I don't think RimWorld would be improved by having Z levels. Although they've got these pseudo Z levels that now with the idea that like these sort of connected zones, which works great for things like, you know, oh, there's like a hidden stockpile underneath our base that we can go to and things. All right. Why does it reorder some people sometimes? Why? I wonder why it chooses this order. Because now Charlie's at the top for some reason. Is it alphabetical? Maybe it's alphabetical. I didn't think it was before, but maybe the people around changed. Orcs, I do want to play Aurora Forks again, mostly because I'm working on a little bit of a game myself that is sort of inspired by it. Again, it'll be ready in like 15, 20 years, so, you know, don't get excited. Yeah, again, this book that is not explained, which we think might be a speech skill book or something, but it's really not clear. Sort by. Oh, there's wooden components and then mechanical components. And the two are different. I suppose we could sell off some of our excess clothes. Apparel. Like, we're not wearing this winter clothing. What if we sell off some of the... I mean, some of it's really, really quite bad. And same thing with the summer clothing. Let's sell the stuff that isn't super high quality. We'll keep the prettier stuff for our people to wear. And that's $34. We have 12 wooden mechanical components, or 10 wooden ones and 12 not wooden ones. I don't know if these are literally different things or if there's an advantage of having one over another, but I think what's going to happen is I'm going to... Oh! You charge a lot for that. What are we going to buy from this guy then? Maybe I don't bother buying anything from you. I don't really want to sell you that many things. Oh, I have bad prices with this one. Do I? There's a red background here? Bad price with the trader has a reddish background. Like this reddish background here. Okay, well, you know what? Screw you. I mean, I could give you some stuff to improve our relations, but... Tough patooties. Floors do speed up your pawns. Limestone, wicker floors, traverse speed of 94%. While limestone / clay bricks give 110. Normal grounds just 85. Okay. If I recall correctly, you need components with more advanced machinery, such as water wheels, windmills. You need one or the other for more efficient grain grinding, etc. Okay, so it's going to take a little while before we get there. Language. Oh, because it says screw you. Oh, we need more shelves. That's just getting thrown on the floor. No, that won't do. Hotkeys too. Put that there. I guess I was gonna say, oh, now we do have the skill for it because we got at least one of these in here. So someone has reached 15 intellectual. How's this room? Still pretty chilly, but oh well. Oh my god, is it 422? I didn't realize. Okay, so one thing that tells you a lot about this game is that you absolutely lose track of time while playing it, which is a pretty good good sign. Is a Kiss for Luck streaming today? We're about to find out. Oh, what's she playing? Oh, there's some Timberborn going over there. So Rhino and a Kiss for Luck together are playing some Timberborn. So if you've been wanting the Timberborn, which also hit 1.0 last week, Maybe we should have played that instead. But I don't know. It'd been so long since we'd played this that it was worth taking another look. But if you wanted to see some Timberborn, then head over to a Kiss of Luck stream. Give her some love. You're going to play Timberborn at some... Yes, but we had to sort of make a bit of a choice. We might give this one... Like, Wednesday might be more of this. At the very least, I'd like to make it through the winter. And then that might be like, okay, we've survived through 1 year of this game. We got a bit of a taste. If I were to play again, I might, like, do it on a different difficulty, which I know we can sort of change on the fly. So that could be a thing. But we might wrap it up. We might be like, listen, we did a week of this. We'll go to something else. Or if people vote to keep going, we might do that. But I think tentatively right now, I'm going to say that Wednesday is going to be a little bit more of this. And then after that, we will see. I would also like to interact with the map. Yeah, I should probably save my research for the cartography, which I think is over here, which needs 30. So I'll try to build up to 30, and we'll do some map exploration, because that's clearly a very big, important game mechanic. So we'll try to at least go that far. And then, yeah, again, if you are a Twitch subscriber or a YouTube member or a Patreon supporter, make sure to link that to your Discord. Join us on Discord. That's where we do little votes and people post things in the game suggestion channel, which I definitely note. I don't always like interact with every single one of those things. When I'm looking for what to play, I scroll back in that channel and look for ideas. So much appreciated. Okay, give a kiss for luck, some love. I'll see you on Wednesday for almost certainly more of this. Bye-bye.